Good morning, and happy birthday to my most awesome father, who risked it all to come to this beautiful nation, escaping communist Romania. I am eternally grateful for his sacrifice, continual sacrifices that he has made for his family. I dedicate today's devotional to him. Zdrinc. Intercepted by grace, they glorified God in me. Galatians chapter 1, verse 24. Perhaps you're familiar with the Christian authors Josh McDowell and Lee Strobel, former atheists whose research led them to the one they sought to discredit. Their transformed lives now lead other truth seekers to God. Nothing gets your attention like someone who holds a strong position and then refutes it. God has a way of getting people's attention. Take the Apostle Paul. Summa cum laude among Jewish scholars, impeccable credentials, zealous observer of every Jewish tradition. Philippians chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, and Galatians chapter 1, verse 14. Paul was convinced that killing Christians was a noble service to God, and he took his gruesome assignment seriously. Acts chapter 8, verse 3. So how does a former terrorist of the church change his mind? Did he just wake up one morning and say, I wonder what it would be like to be an apostle of grace? That's the miracle of being intercepted by grace. No one can look at the life of Paul or any believer transformed by the gospel and not see God's glory. Paul testified that when people heard his radical testimony, they didn't glorify him. All they could do was glorify God. Galatians chapter 1, verse 24. This week, pray that others will see God in you and be amazed at His glory. Grace must find expression in life. Otherwise, it is not grace. Karl Barth. Good evening. Share one another's burden. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him, because they saw how great his suffering was. Job chapter 2, verse 13. Job's friends did not know why he had to suffer so terribly, but nobody can doubt the sincerity of their sympathy. Without saying a word, they sat with him for 7 days and nights. Their wordless presence was a balm for Job's distressed heart. Job's faithful friends showed us the value of sympathetic support for those who are suffering. When a loved one suffers, you might not know what to do to alleviate his or her pain. Suffering causes frustration and torment of the soul. Do not allow distressing circumstances to undermine your faith in the omnipotence of God. Keep God's love in the center of your thoughts and, with Job, say, Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Job chapter 13, verse 15. Hold on to your faith in the face of every kind of adversity. Your sympathy will increase, and you will become a source of strength to others who suffer. Even if you have no words to say, just knowing that you are there and that you care will greatly comfort the suffering soul.